Tonight marks a bit of a momentous occasion because a weekend of snow mid-January has encouraged me to finally finish the first draft of a script. So that's almost, 6 months since I began the project. So that now is completed. I made myself a rule when creating this adaptation that everything in the play has to stem from the book. So some of the things that the characters say or do in the book belong to other people, or two characters might have turned into one person. Some characters have disappeared altogether. Some of the adventures have disappeared altogether because they didn't work to make a linear narrative. And so I feel like I found a very streamlined version where the ends tie up. But the root of everything, every idea, more or less every idea, is in the book. And the amount of invention in terms of event or speech is very small. So I've really drawn from the book, and I made that a rule for myself. I've certainly allowed the idea of a 1950s setting to influence the way that the characters speak, and to some extent where some of the action takes place. But mostly I have tried to just tell the story through the script and leave room to devise problems in the room. So for example, I haven't in my writing figured out how to do stuff. I've written, for example, in one scene that Pinocchio jumps into the sea as a donkey and turns back into a puppet and then swims off, and while he's in the sea floating, he's shouting off to the shore to a man who wanted his skin for a drum. It's a long story, but I haven't explained how any of that might be done. There's quite a bit of that, and I think that was quite important because this is a devised piece. The way that we're going to find that material is through a devising process. So the script is something, I'm going right back to the first blog that I made. The script is there to provoke. Stage directions, they're pretty impossible, a lot of them, but that hopefully will inspire invention and creativity in the room. I've kept to a strong theme of work ethic, and I've been faithful to Collodi in that sense. It's more existential. I've really pursued the idea of life existing alongside death, and from the original book, a confusion of whether the fairy's dead or not. A cricket comes back as a ghost. It's a strong theme in the book, although not central. It's certainly one that creates the world of the book. I've made that much more central in this script, and it has become a play about grief and about closure. I think I have to give myself room to discover what it's about in the rehearsal room, and also bear in mind that it is a first draft, and I'm very open to it changing completely, so I don't feel precious about it. I think that's really important when you're embarking on something where you're asking other people to come in and be creative and bring their input.